Morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. So, uh, this is going to be a group energy healing. It's the second in the set of two healings. And we'll be healing your energy around career, work, and daily tasks. So we want it to help everything. We want it to help all sorts of scenarios, even people that like work from home, taking care of somebody or several somebodies, because that would fall under the daily tasks or work. It's work. It's a lot of work. It may not be paid work, but it's a lot of work. So, and career. Some people, they have a job, but it's not the job they really, really want, or it's not the job. Maybe they sort of outgrew their job, but they still have it and it drives them a little bit nuts. And they haven't yet manifested something that's a better fit for them. So we're hoping to help that situation as well. So all those situations, anything at all, even if you like your current job, there are ways where we can help you to be stronger and more present and enjoy it more. So I am excited. Oh, yay. Thanks for all the greetings and validation that you can see and hear me, which is important. Hello from Chicago. I can see and hear you. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see and hear you. Hello. Good afternoon. And pets in the background. Yes, we have two dogs sleeping in the carriers, and then we have Abel out on the bed, which he tends to prefer. Everybody's got their little quirks. Okay, and this healing, the angels were really specific about it. They're like, this is what you're going to do for this today's healing. And they said, and they even gave it a name, like today's healing is called the flow and vibe healing. And we're gonna do stuff for the theme, which I will list in a minute. But the extra stuff that we're gonna do, the flow and vibe part, we're gonna unblock all chakra rivers, all major chakra rivers. I'll explain that. And all aura layers, all 7 aura layers in astral and physical auras. And then do more again of that 7th to 8th chakra connection unblocking that's specialized to allow more of like a movement and a vibration to come from the 8th chakra on down. Which does seem to be restorative in a way that many people felt really refreshing. I mean, it was odd how many positive responses were on the surveys this time. I mean, I always welcome, if you're any feedback that is honest, if you're having a terrible day, that's helpful feedback. But the stats were kind of surprising how many people had positive results. So it seemed to be the that 7th to 8th connection unblocking that we did, the actual letting the movement of it's like a you can kind of feel it. I mean, maybe not everyone feels it consciously, but it's like like a vibrator would like vibrate a little. It's like that, and it just comes down, and it tends to, I don't know, sort things out. It seems to, it can actually repair chakras and unblock things and center you. And it depends, how resistance will kind of stop it, but if the more and more non-resistant you are, the more it just kind of sorts you out and heals things up and balances things. And so I think that's why so many people just, seem to perceive the healing after effects as extra positive. So so with that 7th, 8th, the 8th chakra vibration coming in, it did seem to be a good complement. 2 days ago, we did the seventh chakra rivers, which is a river is just a place where the energy flows, like a pathway of the energy. And so the seventh chakra river, there's an upper one and a lower one. The lower one is really big. Like the energy comes from the bottom of the seventh layer, and your seventh chakra pulls it all the way up through the midline of your body into the bottom of your seventh chakra. And so that's the lower seventh chakra river. And then the upper seventh chakra river is where your seventh chakra shoots the energy upward. Your purple energy of confidence and identity and all that, upward to the seventh layer, and then it fountains throughout the seventh layer on down to the bottom, and then it comes up and down and up and up and down. And so that's just the natural flow of the seventh chakra. The others go from front to back and then around the sides and the top and the bottom, and then in the front of the sixth, it spins around and it goes out the back of the sixth to the sixth layer. So 6 through 1, the rivers go, there's a front river and a back river. And I do have a 3-video set, which I linked below in the last healing. It's called 7 Chakras Aura Layers Flow. So I'll make sure that's linked below again in the comment section below the healing summary. That will be there within a day. So that there's a whole video where I demonstrate and I just kind of show and explain all the rivers and stuff. I may not call them rivers though, but I show how the energy flows and wraps around each ore layer and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, on Friday, we didn't do all the rivers. We did the 7th upper and lower rivers, 7th chakra upper and lower rivers. And it was funny because this one woman said that the experience of waking up was much more pleasant than usual. But she said it somehow like she could really, like it, her perception of it was really enjoyable. And I think that's because of the 7th chakra river, because then she kind of wrote it in, wee. I mean, the normal 7th chakra river flows up, but when you're coming into your body, you still write it down, because you have to come in. So I think because we had unblocked so much that she was just like, and when normally she might hit some energy blocks that put her in negative moods right away, she was able to just have some peace as she was waking up. So that's nice. So anyway, this time we're going to do all the rivers, unblock all the rivers and all the aura layers. We did unblock the 4th chakra a lot on 2 days ago on Sunday, and the 4th layer. And so I think that also contributed to everybody's positive feelings, because 4th chakra has to do with gratitude, enthusiasm, motivation, positive feelings, all sorts of good stuff. So I think, it was just a good combo. So we're going to modify that and do all the rivers, all the aura layers, and again, the 8th vibration stuff. So that just because it'll help your work too. It'll help everything basically though. And then the stuff that's specifically for the theme, we'll do deep thought. I noticed some people had some mental blocks. They just couldn't see a solution, or they couldn't yet figure out, they didn't realize yet that they should get a different job. They don't like their current job, but they didn't seem to have a plan about getting the new job yet. And I think a lot of people had mental blocks that had to do with, some of them had to do with energy from their parents from when they were young. Some of it had to do with past life baggage cluttering their mind, where they just weren't perceiving their solution and their path forward. So I think deep thought is good with that. And healing inner wounds. I saw the one case, someone, I think, they mentioned because I healed several family members of theirs, and they mentioned the really briefly the situation of each one, like, oh, she's looking for a new job, she's this, that. And I noticed that inner wounds were getting in the way of, I think, her sister from manifesting the new job that would be best for her. So we will heal inner wounds that are at all blocking your progress with work, career, and daily tasks. And we'll just do a lot of general unblocking for the work, career, and daily tasks. And I think just all that other work that we're doing, the foundational, the flow and vibe stuff, that's going to make the unblocking so much more effective. The theme related unblocking. So I think the theme related work we do will be way more effective just because of the flow and vibe stuff that the angels are having me do. So that's that. So it'll be flow and vibe work. Unblocking all the chakra rivers and all the ore layers, as well as the 8th chakra healing vibration stuff, and then the theme related stuff. So that's all. And again, happy spring. It's I think day 3 of spring now. So there's that. And thank you everybody for your surveys. I didn't, sometimes there's people who fill it in like literally an hour before now. And every once in a while I have time to get to those, but I didn't get to those like last minute ones. I'll get to them eventually, but I did not. I was busy prepping and centering myself and eating breakfast this morning. But all the ones that were filled out on Monday, I appreciate extra because they helped me to reflect upon what we're going to be doing. All right. Let's see. I think that's really most of what I needed to say about today. So I'm going to use a tissue for a second, and then we'll have the 2 minutes of quiet time, and then we'll start the healing. So hold on one sec. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, so thanks for your patience in advance. We'll do the 2 minutes of quiet roughly right now. And then let me make sure my phone ringer is off. Don't want to be disturbed. Yeah, there we go. All right. So thank you very much. Just maybe have a healthy beverage or something. Chill out for a few minutes. All right, thanks for waiting. So you can make a copy out in front of you of what you're healing, just with your intention, with your thought. You don't have to see energy yet to be able to do that. So you just imagine a copy of all your auras out in front of you. Technically, you have 17 auras. They're all in the same place if you're reasonably awake. So just imagine your auras copy out in front of you, and inside those auras is your physical body and your astral body, and then your groundings. Astral body grounding and physical body grounding connect you to the core of the earth and allow you to release energy and also receive and bring up earth energy from the core of the earth, which is calming and soothing. As you heal yourself, you can use your hands and have them generate a lot of gold light, which speeds up healing and releasing. You have hand chakras, one in the palm of each hand, round openings. All chakras are round openings, so you just relax them, let them open up wider so they generate more energy. And your fingertip chakras, one in each fingertip, same thing, round openings. You can let them open up a little bit more so they generate as much healing energy as you need. And you set the chakras with your intention to be a metallic gold color, similar to this glitter. And again, you can do that without being able to see energy. Just think it. And that way, those chakras generate energy at a metallic gold color, which is a good vibration for healing. So let's do grounding. Go ahead and recreate your grounding. Make it as wide as your whole aura. So that's probably about as wide as the palm of the heel of your hand. The heel of the palm of your hand. And bring your grounding up high as your third chakra, which is where your sternum ends. That's your third chakra. So bring your grounding up that wide, that high, and make it go all the way down to the core of the earth, and stay wide all the way down. And like I think I said, maybe I didn't say, you can make it red or orange or yellow. In fact, you can try red first and see how that flows down. And then try orange grounding and see how that flows. And then go ahead, change it to yellow grounding and see how that flows for you. And you can change it back to whichever of those three you like the best. Like the best, not as like an outfit color like, but as whichever of those three gives you the fastest downward flow. And you can comb through, find energy blocks in your grounding and melt them with gold light. So if you feel kind of bloated or pressure anywhere in your body, sometimes often that has to do actually with a grounding issue. You feel it up here or here, but if your grounding is blocked, like directly under that place, then it's not going to release as easily. So that's why we spend extra time and we start with grounding. So just find more energy blocks in your grounding and surround them in gold light from your hands so they all melt. Energy blocks in your grounding, just melt them with gold light. Keep breathing. Gold light isn't going to force anything. Gold light is like a river, and then you can let go into the river. So the more that you try to let go and just sort of, you can imagine, dumping stuff or, whatever, the more you're going to release. And sometimes things are very situational. So, like, you might have stuff that triggers in your grounding when you're in a rush and you're running late, or when you're doing your taxes, or when you're trying to pay bills, or when you're trying to get ready for bed at night, or whatever, right? So, just imagine some of those situational energy blocks that relate to, daily tasks you have to do. Could be taxes too, which is hopefully not a daily task. But just imagine those kind of situational energy blocks that are in your way, in your grounding, and just melt them away. You can blow them up too if you're just healing yourself. So we'll again specifically blocks that trigger when you're trying to do work, whatever that is, career work, at home work, school work, whatever kind of work. Just imagine those energy blocks. So if you're retired, then it's just personal work that you're doing, projects. So energy blocks in your grounding that relate to your work, and just melt them away with gold light. All right, so that was a bunch of grounding unblocking. So let's do indie grounding. Just check, indie grounding is where you check the outer perimeter of your grounding as it goes all the way down to the core of the earth, and you melt away any connections to other people's grounding. So lots of gold light, and just melt away any connections that are there. And you might have to just remind those people, hey, go check your own grounding, have your angels help you with grounding. All right, good job. So that was indie grounding. Okay, so we'll do aura repair of all 17 auras at once, because that's fun. And we did it 2 days ago, and I think the work that we did with that 8th chakra vibration was so strong that not a lot of people need aura repair, but some people do, and it's just good practice to do it anyway, because you never know. And you have so many Wei Chi auras, you have 15 Wei Chi auras, so, odds are you probably have some rips that you need to heal. So let's go for it. So just imagine all your 17 auras copies out in front of you. And first you could just comb through them and get a sense of, either with your imagination, your thought, your intuition, or your vision, or all of the above. What kind of rips do you have? And so let's use composite copy to repair the rips. So that's where you just imagine one rip that represents all the rips in your regular auras that are healthy and gentle to repair right now. And you're gonna clean out that rip and repair it. And that'll repair all the rips that it represents. So imagine the rip, the composite copy rip, and clean it out with gold light. Sticky gold wax, which sticks to everything that's not you inside the rip, because sometimes a lot of junk builds up in the rip. That's going to get in the way. So sticky gold wax, get it really deep into the rip and let it stick to anything that's not you in or around this rip. And then we're going to lift out the junk in the wax and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. One more time, sticky gold wax deep into this aura rip. And just let it stick to anything that's not you that got in here, and lift out the wax and the junk. Angels, here you go. And now you should have pretty good access to this rip and be able to get really deep in there with the gold light so that it starts to repair. And then you may have some aura scarring, which is just left over around the edges, hard bumpiness, and that makes the aura weaker. So we don't want that staying around. So just imagine all your aura scarring that you have and just melt it away with gold light so that the edge of the aura there can fully repair. So you're just melting away aura scarring with gold light. All right, and then aura bruising can happen as well, just in the two regular auras, because those have 7 layers. And so if you get energy thrown at you, it can kind of bounce around inside those layers and hit stagnant energy and leave like whole sections that are bruised, like with hardened black sort of crusty energy. So we don't want that. So just imagine all your aura bruising anywhere in either of those two regular auras. Put all the bruising, copies of it, all in one place out in front of you, and just melt away all that aura bruising. All right, and then let's do sticky gold wax for your everything. So everything is pretty much what we've been imagining out in front here. So the 17 auras, your astral body, your physical body aura, and both your astral body and physical body grounding. So sticky gold wax the whole thing, especially the outer surface, because we want to make sure to get rid of any hard objects, especially ones that are stuck in the outer surface, because that messes with the strength of the edge of your auras. So just sticky gold wax all that, have the wax stick to any hard objects, and also around the outside of your grounding, because you could get sticky hard objects stuck there too. So sticky gold wax that, and then inside everywhere sticky gold wax, and just have it stick to anything that's not you that you're wanting to get rid of. So hard objects, stuff people have dumped in your space, invasive beings, energy from people. That's not you. And we're going to move the wax and the junk to the side and give it to your angels. So move the wax and the junk to the side. Angels, here you go. Oh, deep breath. Let yourself adjust to that, and we'll do that sticky gold wax one more time on the outer surface. And then inside, which includes in your physical body systems, in all your chakras. You can sticky gold wax all of it. All your meridians, all your rivers, your grounding. And again, we're going to move the wax and the junk to the side. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. So then let's just do a little extra repair on the outer surface of all the auras, just in case there are any gashes there from the hard objects being removed. All right, good job. So that was aura repair of all 17 auras plus all the extras that I like to do with it. Okay, so now I would like to do one of the theme related things, inner wounds, healing inner wounds. So inner wounds is a way that you can be wounded. That's such a ridiculous definition. Wounds tend to relate to more of a depletion that you have, like a weakness or a depletion, as opposed to energy blocks tend to make you more like congested and compressed, whereas wounds kind of leave you kind of empty and like ripped up. So they're not always, yeah, I guess I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, we could go on and on about inner wounds, but anyway, they're really easy to heal. They can have a big impact on you and how you feel about yourself and life and how ready you feel for the day. If you have wounds triggered, you tend to feel more vulnerable or, you know, less ready for something. And in the example that I was looking at, when I was looking at surveys and someone mentioned one of their loved ones in the survey. And again, if you do mention your loved ones in the surveys who are getting the healings, I definitely appreciate it, but try to be pretty concrete about like what you notice about them, or if they have something work related you wanted to mention, you know, theme related. But anyway, she couldn't manifest the new job that she needed yet because of these inner wounds that she had. It just kind of froze her in her tracks. So it was a relative of someone filling out the survey, but that's what I noticed. So anyway, let's heal inner wounds. And the ironic thing, I mean, if you're new to energy healing and energy reading, you might not realize that like an inner wound that's holding you back from, say, a career move is actually from a past life, or it's actually from your childhood. I mean, that's sort of a psychology thing that, you know, psychology understands that things can be seemingly unrelated, but they are, you know. So anyway, it's easy to heal. Let's do it. So that was explaining. And so now we'll do doing. So first we'll just do heal inner wounds that you really, really, really need to heal, that are kind of like overdue for healing. um, so just imagine slashes out in front of you that represents your kind of overdue wounds to heal. Like wounds that are so in your way, so holding you back, but you just haven't brought in yourself to do it. Let's go for it. So just imagine the slashes and just paint them with gold light. You know, it could be like finger painting. You have gold light and or like gold glitter, you know, and just glitter, 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 or like a big gold hose. Just spray the whole thing with gold light. And so just try to be kind of light about it. You know, we're saying these are overdue inner wounds, so you know, obviously it's kind of some gnarly stuff, but don't feel it. Just paint it with gold light, and that way it can heal and melt away. Do 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 do. Keep going until they're melted. There we go. Okay, and so good job. We're gonna do more, but very good. So let's see, what ones do I want to do? Okay, there's a thing in psychology, which is true. It's called projection. And sometimes you see this fault in others and it kind of bugs you in others, but you don't see it in yourself, even though you also have that flaw or that weakness in yourself. And so you're not healing that wound in yourself because you're preoccupied with these other people, and they're doing something, you know, that they have this weakness or whatever, you know, and you can't see it in yourself. So anyway, let's just say those are projection related inner wounds, you know, inner wounds that cause you to have projection and not see them and only see it in other people, right? And so your projection inducing inner wounds, right, that you're kind of blind to, just imagine those out in front of you. You don't have to know what they are, all right? So these are just projection inducing inner wounds that you have, okay? And then just do your finger painting and just paint them with gold light. So again, these are inner wounds that you're blind to because, you know, whatever, and you only see them in other people. But these are your inner wounds inducing projection. And just melt them away with gold light. And if you have any left over, just say, angels, can you please help me heal those. That was a funny example. Let's see. Okay, you can have inner wounds related to sadness and regret, like things that you wish someone had done for you, and sometimes you can't. You have this mental block, or well, not a mental block, but like these wounds about what you wish could have been done for you, like say in your childhood, and those wounds are in the way of you improving your life now and creating a level of joy now, because you have these wounds and they just kind of weaken you in really key ways and kind of paralyze you into, so you're not improving your life as much as you could. So go ahead and just imagine inner wounds that you have, and they could be purely subconscious from past lives, so you didn't know they were even there. So just imagine any inner wounds that are related to regret or sadness that you have. Okay, regret and sadness, inner wounds, and then just go ahead and heal them with gold light. All right, great job. Woohoo! So that was first, well, that one was, those were wounds relating to regret or sadness. And before that, there was projection inducing wounds, where you could see other people's, a certain weakness in other people, but not in yourself. The other ones, what we did first, were really overdue wounds that were really, really overdue to heal, that have just been in your way for a long time. Let's see what else. Okay. This one sample person I'm looking at, she's so much stronger and more present than she's been since she was like 4 years old in this life. But she has these inner wounds from times in her life where she was not so strong and not so present. And so these inner wounds kind of make her feel, sometimes when they're triggered, when they're kind of stimulated, it makes her feel that weak and that vulnerable, even though now she knows so much about being present and self-healing and manifesting, but the old wounds make her feel like she's in that old, weak, vulnerable place. So these are inner wounds that cause you to not realize your true level of strength and capabilities. So they're wounds that make you feel weak and powerless. There we go. So go ahead and imagine those out in front of you. Any wounds you have, and it could be from, past lives as well. Any wounds that you're ready to heal right now, and these wounds have been making you feel less capable than you really are, less strong than you really are. And just go ahead and melt away these wounds. So that was, we healed inner wounds that were making you feel weak. Okay, so now we're going to do some of that vibe and flow stuff that I talked about in the intro. So we're going to unblock all the chakra rivers, and each of the 7 major chakras has 2 rivers. So we'll unblock all chakra rivers and all the 7 aura layers of astral and physical body auras. Okay. And this is not just to help work, it's just to, in general, it's strengthening and makes life easier. And again, like I said, there is a 3-video set, which I'll link below later in the comment section. It's a 3-video playlist on YouTube that I have. It's about 28 minutes total watch time. It's called 7 Chakras Aura Layers Flow, and it describes the location of each chakra, what each one is for, and how the energy flows. I don't think I use the word rivers though, but I say that it comes like the 6 chakras in your head, and then the energy flows in the front, flows out the back, and then it wraps around the 6th layer to the front again. And so this front part, that's the front 6th chakra river, and this part in the back going out to the 6th layer is the back 6th chakra river. So front 6th chakra river, back 6th chakra river. So 6 through 1 have front rivers and back rivers. And then 7th chakra has a upper river and a lower river. So we're going to do it now. It'll be awesome. Okay, so let's start with the 7th chakra. We did that on, so now we will do, ooh. One sec, I need to plug in my laptop. That's always good. There we go, much better. Okay. So now the doing part of unblocking the chakra rivers. So we'll start with the 7th chakra in the top of the head. I also have a chakra handout too, if you like seeing things written. It's an email attachment, like a 2-page email attachment. It has pretty colors. It describes each of the major 7 chakras, what each one does, the location, the ideal color, things like that. So if you want that, you can just email me. It's free. Just say hi and ask for the free 2-page chakra handout. My email is janet@janetwrightreadings.com. Okay. And if I don't know you, please just be nice and friendly and introduce yourself a little, if you don't mind. Just be like, give it to me. Bye. All right. So 7th chakra in the top of the head, ideal color is purple. So you can, we'll do both of them together. So just imagine your astral body 7th and your physical body 7th just in the same place as one. So it would look like one copy, but it's technically your astral body chakra inside your physical body chakra. But so your 7th chakra, it's like an open cylinder, round opening, round opening. So just maybe like this, round opening, cylinder, round opening. And purple is an ideal color for your 7th chakra. So you can set it to your favorite shade of purple. You just imagine energy blocks around your 7th chakras and just melt them away with gold light. All right, and then the rivers, the upper river and the lower river. Again, the lower river goes from the bottom of the 7th layer all the way up through the core of the body into the bottom of the 7th chakra. And it flows that way because these chakras are motors, and they keep the energy flowing. So the 7th chakra pulls it all the way up and then shoots it all the way up. So anyway, lower 7th chakra river, go ahead and unblock that. Just be aware, find some blocks. They would look like, sort of like rocks in a stream, sort of slowing the energy flow, so you melt away the rocks with gold light. You can get a buildup of energy blocks right at the bottom of your 7th chakra in there, so just make sure you melt those. Like if this were your 7th chakra, just like a buildup right here as the energy, as it tries to pull the energy up, it could just sort of build up some blocks there. So just melt those away. The point of unblocking is you want to make your chakra happy. If there's too many blocks, your chakra has to work so hard just to keep basic flow going. And so it takes up a lot of energy. And so it's harder to do everything that you have to do in life if your chakras are just trying to get by and keep you sort of basic functioning. If you help out your chakras by unblocking, then your chakras get a lot more efficient. They can generate a lot more energy, and they'll work better. And so you'll get more out of them. Like your seventh chakra is for focus, confidence, creative inspiration, accomplishing goals, autonomy, empowerment. So it's nice to have all that. Right now I'm working the upper seventh chakra river. So from the top of the seventh to the top of the seventh layer. So I'm melting away energy blocks that are right at the top of the seventh chakra, like right here. And just go through the seventh chakra river with your hands and just look for and or feel any blockages or imagine them and melt them away with gold light. So again, seventh chakra river. And then it flows all down the seventh layer, all the way down to the bottom. So let's unblock that whole seventh layer, both astral and physical body, seventh layers. Or if I say it precise enough, it's both your astral body aura and your physical body aura's seventh layer. They both have 7 layers. So you can use gold light. You can use gold sandstorm. So where you imagine the gold light coming out as like bits of gold light and you spin it. So that might be a little more assertive. My gosh. I muted my phone so it came through my laptop. So again, just we're unblocking the 7th layer of the aura. Sometimes you'll have a weak part of your aura where it's more blocked and maybe you're ignoring that, and it's a way where it's like a back door that someone can kind of weave their way into, and then they can kind of get in your head about something, and you feel anxiety or you feel harassed or overwhelmed or something. So as your 7th layer is your first line of defense, right, in your aura. So just look for any weak spots in your 7th layer and just unblock those and nourish them with lots of gold light. And sometimes, you might not have people like with malevolent intent trying to mess with you. You might have what I call invasive helpers. So a mother or a relative or a sibling or somebody who kind of waltzes right in your space and they're thinking they're helping you, but it's just overwhelming. So again, we're just healing, extra healing and unblocking for any weak spots in your seventh layer. Seventh layers, plural. Okay, great. So that was seventh rivers and seventh layer unblocking. So now we will do sixth rivers and sixth layers. So sixth chakra behind your forehead. And it is a chakra that everyone has. People pretend they don't have it and that only some people can see energy, and they can never, ever, ever see energy. But it's not true. Sixth chakra is for clairvoyance, seeing your own energy. It's also for non-judgment. It's also for seeing in subconscious ways. So you just kind of see a solution to something. And so maybe you're not seeing it in like a movie or seeing your aura with it. You're just sort of, I don't know, you just see a solution kind of fast. And that's a subconscious way to use your sixth chakra. So, but as you get more present, you get to use your abilities more. They work better. And so please don't assume that you will not be able to see your own energy. That's just silly. The more present you get, the more you can clear, and you actually can see your own aura, see your own, if your grounding is blocked, you can see it and unblock it, and things like that. So, but anyway, so that's the sixth chakra. And so let's do a little bit with the sixth chakra. So just imagine both of them together. And so I have tea in here, so I don't really want to do it. So here's your cylinder, and then round opening, right? So you just imagine a copy of both of your six chakras and just give them a little healing. A nice color for your sixth chakra is like a deeper blue, cobalt blue, some kind of deep blue. So just heal and repair and unblock your six chakras. And melt away any energy blocks around the outer part of them or around the openings. Use cold light and melt away the blockages. Melt away cords, of course, going into any of these chakras. The more you unblock the chakra, the more it can generate energy. And so the better flow you'll have, and the better of those abilities, the stronger your abilities will be. So, okay, so then let's do, that was sixth chakra. So then let's do the front and the back rivers. So the front river goes in this way, the back river goes this way, up to the sixth layer, and then the energy wraps all around the sixth layer to go back in the front of the sixth layer, and then the front river brings it into the sixth chakra again. So we'll do the front river, going right here. Just unblock a copy of your front sixth chakra river. So you just imagine the blockages and melt them with gold light. Sometimes how you can get this blocked is if you say you're with somebody who has like a lot of people aren't really comfortable with being observed. So if you have a person like that, like maybe they're not, maybe they, they know they drink too much, but they don't like being observed as they're drinking too much, or they know they're, um, doing some behavior that they don't feel good about inside. And so you just simply observing them, not trying to change them or anything, like it makes them uncomfortable because it triggers their own mixed feelings about their behaviors. And so they might put energy in your six chakra rivers and your sixth chakra just to kind of get you to stop watching them, stop observing. So it could be a neighbor, it could be a family member, it could be somebody you were growing up with, it could be someone from a past life. So it doesn't matter, just melt it all away. One thing that might help is, though, you can learn to not communicate your observations to people that are not open to hearing your observations. Because a lot of times there's sort of this automatic, you see it, you want to communicate it. So maybe even just subconsciously on a spirit level, you're like, oh, do you realize that you do that? Do you realize that you did that yesterday too? And, so just, I mean, if you're doing it subconsciously, it might not be super easy to stop, but just be aware that observations are for you. And whether you share the observation or not, there's a decision point there that is also for you to make. Is it in your best interest? Is it, what you want to do to share that observation with somebody else? So I'm just doing both at the same time, really. Front sixth chakra river and back sixth chakra river. I'm unblocking them both. And you can lift up the energy blocks out of the river and give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Lift them up out of the river, ball them up, give them to the angels. Angels, here you go. And then sixth aura layer is important too to keep unblocked, because the rivers, they need the layer to flow through. The back river then flows through the sixth layer into the front. And then the front river takes over. So let's unblock the sixth layer, both astral body's sixth layer and physical body's sixth layer. And again, a nice color for your six chakras is a deeper blue. So that would make that aura layer that color as well, unless there's something in it that's not you, which then it could be some weird color. So just wash it out with lots of gold light. You may have a part of your sixth layer where some people like to congregate and, talk to you about what you're seeing or what you should look at or what's important, but this is not, your aura is not a public meeting area. So go ahead, find a part of your sixth layer where you have been allowing people to just sort of congregate and hang out, and wash them out with gold light. The front of your sixth layer is very useful for conscious clairvoyance. because that's pretty much where you put the imagery that you're trying to look at, like a copy of your aura or your grounding, or like a copy of one of your chakras. Mostly it's in your sixth layer. And so you're trying to see, you're in your sixth chakra and you're seeing whatever you have placed out here. So if you have something sort of in between it, like sometimes people will have like a curtain that blocks. It looks like a curtain when you realize that it's there, but you might have a curtain that blocks your clairvoyance. Just, you know, a bunch of invasive beings or energy blocks or whatever. So you can go ahead and just melt away any curtains that are good for you, healthy and gentle for you to melt away right now in the front of your sixth layer, and just, you know, roll up the curtains and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Again, roll up any curtains into your sixth layer in the front that are healthy and gentle for you to roll up and give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Okay, so we did the six chakra rivers and we just finished the sixth layer, including rolling up curtains in the front that might be blocking your clairvoyance for silly reasons. Okay, fifth chakra, communications. Inner voice, peace of mind, hearing angels, all sorts of very useful things. It also works with, the fifth works with the seventh for intuition, mainly because you have to be able to, for intuition to be as useful as possible, it would be conscious intuition, which involves conscious thought. And so your fifth most relates to your conscious awareness of your thoughts. So your seventh chakra kind of maybe generates the knowledge of the intuition, but then your fifth chakra has to be pretty with it to like for you to think about, like, oh yeah, that is true. Oh, yeah, you know. So it's fifth and seventh that work for intuition. But just fifth chakra would be hearing angels, non-verbal communication with others. So the healthier your fifth chakra is, the less likely you are like starting telepathic or perpetuating telepathic arguments with people on a subconscious level. The more you just heal this up, then you can have your serenity and think your thoughts and feel good. So okay, so both fifth chakras, you can imagine a copy of both of them just as looking like one open cylinder, because the astral fifth fits in the physical fifth when you're present. So just heal both of your fifth chakras. And melt away, of course, cords from other people. And energy blocks. They could be around the outer surface, they can be blocking the round openings, they could be inside the chakra itself, can have energy blocks. So you want to melt all those. And it's not uncommon for somebody, I mean, you know, most people don't get these healings. They don't heal themselves. They don't heal their throat chakra. They don't clear their repressed anger. So a lot of people scream at each other telepathically. And so it's not uncommon for you to have somebody who's literally like screaming on a spirit level at you. And it's a thing, you know. It's a little intense. And it can just build up, you know, energy blocks around your throat chakra, just from the the pressure of their verbal energy kind of coming at your throat chakra. So just melt away all the screaming from around your fifth chakras. The screaming, it tends to catch on any energy blocks that you already have there. So you're really melting away your energy blocks plus their frustration that they threw at you. They screamed at you. But anyway. So like if you're already really, really flowing, the screaming wouldn't affect you that much. So we're doing fifth chakras and we're melting away energy blocks plus telepathic screaming. And melting away cords. And then we'll do the front fifth chakra river where the energy flows in, and then the back fifth chakra river where the energy flows out to the fifth layer. And then it wraps around everywhere in the fifth layer to come in the front again. And then the front river takes it in. So just imagine the rivers first, the front fifth chakra river and the back fifth chakra river. Maybe like that and like that. So... And just find any blockages and melt them away. You know, our theme of the healing today is work, work, daily tasks, career. Sometimes, you know, your career might involve a lot of communication with others. Or, I mean, there are times when it might just involve thinking to yourself. And so you have to be able to clear out all these blocks and other people from your fifth rivers in order to just have your own thoughts and really focus. Like I had one client and he gets a decent amount of focus when he works, but he has to pop out because his physical fifth chakra rivers and physical fifth chakra is just too chock full of drama from other people. And so he tunes out in order to find the focus, the mental, you know, silence that he needs. So that's why we're doing both. We're unblocking both the physical body rivers and the astral body fifth chakra rivers, so that you can be present. You don't have to tune out in order to find that silence. You can stay here and clear any blocks that are bringing in the chaos. Clear out the people. And there's that expression, you know, oh, she's living rent-free in your head. And part of that is the fifth chakra river and the throat chakra and the front of the fifth layer too, which we'll get to. So don't let anyone live rent-free in your mind, right? Just wash them out of your rivers. Wash the energy blocks out that are like welcome signs to these people. Just wash out your energy blocks that are allowing people to get in. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's front and back, fifth chakra rivers. So now let's do fifth layer of both astral body aura and physical body aura. So for people who forget, at the beginning I forgot. So aura layers count from in out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So fifth layer. Just use lots of gold light to clear everybody out. Don't let anyone live rent-free in your fifth layer. Don't let anyone live there for any reason. So sometimes if people are trying to influence your thoughts, they can put energy in your fifth layer, like, I'm not doing that, or this is true, that's not true, so just wash all that out. Again, this is fifth aura layer relating to the fifth chakra, communications, inner communications, hearing your angels. And again, that's something that everybody's capable of. The more and more present you get, the more centered you get, the more healed and whole you get, the more you can hear your angels. Both subconsciously and consciously. So before you would hear them consciously, you'd probably start listening to them subconsciously, and so that their advice can affect you more and more. So you can just have that intention, I'm going to let my angels help and guide me, if you want, and just, have the intention that you're going to listen to your angels. So we're doing fifth layer. Now the front of the fifth layer, there's a special thing there for telepathy, nonverbal hearing and communicating. And the angels have me call it the telepathic mesh. And so it looks like this cool gold, like gold mesh, I guess that's what it looks like. And so you just repair it if it needs any repair. Because it could be all torn up. So just use a lot of gold light so it can be like a continuous mesh. And melt away cords from other people going into it, because that's one way that people can kind of scream into your mind, is they'll cord your telepathic mesh area. So just melt away the cords going into your telepathic mesh. Sometimes women are more like storytellers, and if they're heterosexual women and they're with a male partner, the male partner might not be as excited about listening to all the stories all the time, and maybe the woman wasn't listened to enough as a kid as well, so she really has this urge to like tell stories and be heard and stuff. So sometimes the woman is cording the telepathic mesh of her male partner, just to like keep telling him stories more and more and more on a spirit level. So if you are female, just kind of watch for that. Maybe you have a little pent up storytelling, maybe inner child part of you that nobody listened to how your day was enough when you were a little girl. So just, are you overzealously piped into a couple people's telepathic mesh, and just relax that, melt away connections from cords, because that's invasive. There are ways to say telepathy that's just, it's like the sound just travels, but a cord, you're kind of piping into somebody and like kind of forcing them to listen to you. So that can be a source of conflict within a relationship. And it doesn't have to be a male and a female. There could be two women, and one of them is more of a natural storyteller and the other one just is needing more inner silence. So it doesn't have it. Just that sometimes that's a stereotype that is true. Sometimes that the female in a partnership is more of the talker, and the men have a deeper appreciation for silence sometimes. But it's not always that way, of course. So telepathic mesh, just melt away cords, going from your telepathic mesh to anybody else's, whether they started it or you started it. Because an upside is if you have that inner silence, well, it helps reduce stress, helps you think, helps you realize things, helps you have better intuition because you have that silence. So then when you realize something intuitively, there's room for it in your conscious thought. So that's important. You're more likely to hear your angels when they suggest something. So inner silence is really good. So that's fifth layer. We did fifth chakra. We did fifth chakra rivers. We did fifth layer unblocking, and we specifically did telepathic mesh, healing and repairing and melting cords from around it. You can have energy blocks sort of piled up in front and behind your telepathic mesh area. So you can just melt those a little bit more. Just in the fifth layer, all around that telepathic mesh. All right, great. So that was fifth stuff. Fifth chakra rivers, and fifth layer, and telepathic mesh. Oh, right. I do have a video that does just the fifth stuff. May not use the word rivers, though. It may just do the chakras, the fifth chakras, and the fifth layers, and the telepathic mesh, but that's cool. Okay, fourth. Hopefully we're going to start doing them a little faster. So that we're not here for like 5 days. But the fourth chakra one is very important. So hopefully we'll just get into this mode where, less stories, more efficient healing. I know people like the stories, but enough is enough. So fourth chakra, center of your chest, self-love, motivation, enthusiasm. So a really big deal. Gratitude, like sort of just a positive, bright side kind of awareness. Super useful. So, okay, so make a copy of both of your fourth chakras out in front of you. Self-love, self-care. Wow. A balance between compassion for self and compassion for others. So not overgiving. And just heal and repair your fourth chakras and melt away cords from other people. And again, those cords will be anchored into energy blocks. So melt away the energy blocks because that's more of a lasting solution. If you just melt the cords but not the energy blocks, they can come right back. Excuse me. Fourth chakra, unblocking and repair, and melting cords. Both astral body fourth chakra and physical body fourth chakra. So you don't have to tune out to feel good. You want to be able to have your physical body fourth chakra also feel really light and like it's a fun place to be for you. A nice color for your fourth chakra is green. So you can go ahead and set your fourth chakras to your favorite shade of green. Okay, and then the front and the back fourth chakra rivers. So front river, back river for your fourth chakra. So front fourth chakra river, back fourth chakra river, and then it wraps around all the way to get back in the front again. So you just imagine the blocks in these rivers and melt them with gold light. So guilt, if you're prone to feeling guilt, that could be a couple places, but fourth chakra rivers could be where it is, or fourth chakra, fourth layer. So melt away energy blocks causing guilt. Back river is sometimes people are trying to influence you in a way that you might not realize. And if they're in the front, they're kind of like in your face about it. They're not so much trying to hide the fact that they're manipulating you. But the back fourth chakra river might be people that are a little more indirect about manipulating. So clear out that back fourth chakra river. You can have too sometimes where you feel like you're unworthy. You know, you feel like you have maybe you have some guilt or some shame or something, and so that's those will be most likely energy blocks, and they could definitely be in your fourth chakra rivers. So just melt those away. Anywhere where you're holding yourself back, you don't feel worthy, you don't deserve something, blah blah blah. Just find those energy blocks and melt them away from your fourth chakra rivers. Okay, and then fourth layer. Just unblock that everywhere. And if you get into moods where you feel very unmotivated, you feel kind of like dejected or depressed, just usually that relates to heavy parts in your aura layers. So go ahead, find any parts of your fourth layer that are more weak or heavy or dense, and just melt that away. Again, you might have another part of your aura where your fourth layer where it's weaker, it's stuck, more stuck, and maybe it makes you feel, kind of passive, and you're not realizing solutions, you're not able to encourage yourself. So just melt away all that hardness in that weak area of your fourth layer so that it's no longer weak. All right, so that was fourth chakra rivers, and fourth layer. Great job, guys. Okay, so third is about taking action. Third chakra is where your sternum bone ends, and it has to do with taking action, finishing projects, starting projects, finishing projects, but ironically also like powering down and getting really good, deep, nourishing sleep. So it's sort of like your vitality and revving up and revving down, and being able to really be precise about that. So there's that. So just imagine copies of both of your third chakras, one inside the other, astral inside physical, and just heal them, repair them, unblock them, melt cords. Good color, ideal color for your third chakra is yellow. So you could set your third chakra to your favorite shade of yellow if you want. If you're healing someone else, you don't set their colors. You could talk to them on a spirit level about it. Let them do it with their angels, or just let them do it. But yeah, you wouldn't change the color of a chakra that's not yours. So again, this is healing the third chakra, so that you can get things done, be productive, right? Productivity, productivity, and good sleep. Who doesn't want that, huh? So melt cords. So work, career, daily tasks. That's a lot of third chakra, right? So melt away the energy blocks that get triggered when you try to get shit done. All right, and then front and back third chakra rivers. So third chakra from the third layer into the third chakra. So it's a shorter river because the third layer is closer. So that's the third chakra front river, and this is the third chakra back river to the back of the third layer, and then it wraps around everywhere to get back up to the front of the third layer. So you have the front third chakra river and the back third chakra river, right? So go ahead and imagine any blockages there. You can even lift the blocks up and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Lift up blocks, give it to your angels. Lift up blocks, give it to your angels. Imagine energy blocks in your third chakra rivers, melt them away. So if you have procrastination issues, if there's something that you just can't bring yourself to do, like taxes, maybe you have energy blocks in your, well, you probably do have energy blocks in your front or your back third chakra rivers regarding those things. So just imagine those energy blocks like big rocks and melt them away, or hand them to your angels. I imagine more energy blocks relating to procrastination, or just ways in which you're stuck about work or projects or daily tasks, and just lift out those energy blocks, give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Lift out more of those daily task, work, career, energy blocks. Lift them out of your third chakra rivers. Angels, here you go. All right, and then third layer of your aura. You need that to flow really well too. And it's going to be the same color as your third chakra, except for stuff that's not you. Then obviously you can't regulate the color of that. So if you notice anything that's not yellow, that's a nice clue that it's not your energy in your third layer. So just burn it out with some gold light. could be energy blocks, could be other people, could be an invasive being. If you feel like there are any invasive beings in the way, just say, angels, can you recycle all of them? So if you have some invasive beings in your third layer, you can move them all into one spot and then say, angels, can you recycle all these? Again, move all the invasive beings into one spot, like you're using a dustpan and a broom, and then say, angels, can you recycle all these? All right, more third layer clearing. Okay, so that was third chakra, third layer, and third chakra rivers. So now let's do second chakra, which is emotions and sensuality and sexuality. So all sorts of good things. And so imagine a copy of both of your second chakras out in front of you in the same place, so looking like one open cylinder. And just heal and unblock and melt away cords. Use gold light. An ideal color for your second chakras is orange. So you can go ahead and set your second chakras to your favorite shade of orange. Melt away cords. There is cording like during sex for adults at the second chakra, but not like lifetime courting. I mean, well, some couples court all their lives, but they're usually younger souls. Because it's going to really get in the way of you being present. But, you know, during sex and immediately after, immediately before, yeah. You know, that's different. But anyway, so you can wash everybody out, lots of gold light. Wash everybody out of your second chakra because you need it for emotional wellness, emotional, like having lighter, more flowing, more evolved emotional states. Getting rid of old emotional baggage that's maybe subconscious. All right, and then second chakra rivers are kind of short because the second layer is almost the closest one to the body. So the second chakra front river is right there, boom, boom. And then the back second chakra river is right here, boom, boom. Goes up to the second layer. And then it you know, the energy wraps around the second layer to get back to the front again. So your little second chakra rivers, you can expand them. So you can see the blocks in them and just melt them away. Melt the blocks in your second chakra rivers. These could be energy blocks relating to like old arguments you've had with people. Sometimes when people are upset, they kind of dump their copies of their emotional pain. So just wash out everybody's stuff from your second chakra rivers. So if you don't really want things to bother you much, you know, you want to be sort of like flowing and, you know, not get into dramas. Part of that is good flow in your fourth chakra system, but your second chakra system also is related. So if you don't want to get really pissed about everything and you don't want to, you know, just get distracted by a lot of negativity, just melt that out of your second chakra rivers. So that way you can have emotions, but they tend to be, you know, very moderate. And, moderate slash uplifting. And second aura layer, just go through that with lots of gold light, wash everybody out. Again, you can have energy from old arguments, old conflicts. Make sure to get the sides of the aura layers, not just the back and the front. You can remind yourself it's okay to let go. It's time to let go. I can let go. Deep breath. You don't have to feel things to let it go. As a matter of fact, you'll feel it less if you let it go. All right, so that's second layer. We did second chakra rivers, little small ones, and second layer. So now first chakra. That is courage, safety, and abundance. So safety, being safe on a literal level, feeling safe, abundance. So like just handling your money, your supplies that you have, food, all that stuff. Basic wellness stuff too. Courage, how bold you are in life. So it's a very useful, helpful chakra. Also, the better it functions, you don't tend to have fears or anxiety, or they're very moderate and manageable. So first chakras, just imagine them as one cylinder, your astral body first in your physical first, and that would be the way it is if you are fully present. If you're not fully present in all your chakras, your physical body first, they both might be pretty clogged actually. So don't be shy with the gold light here. Lots and lots of gold light on your first chakras. So melt cords. You can just keep a cord to, like if you have a young child, 13 or younger, keep a cord just to the first chakra between you and the young child if you're the parent. But if your kids are older, I would not recommend a first chakra cord. And if you have adults that you care about, that you think act like children, that doesn't count. Do not cord their first chakra. You're holding them back in life. You're not helping them. So melt away cords between your first chakra and other people's first chakras. Come on. Because if they're older, your energy is just going to block them up and make them less courageous, less safe, less abundant. All right, so red is an ideal color for the first chakras. So set it to your favorite shade of red if it's yours. There's no rivers for the first chakra really, because its first layer is right up against the skin. So you can just melt away energy blocks around the round openings of the first chakra. The first chakra lies this way. Round opening in the front, round opening in the back. Right at the base of your spine right there. So energy blocks here could be causing anxiety, worries, fear-based hesitation, fear-based procrastination. So just melt away the energy blocks so that you can have courage, you can have boldness, you can have abundance and safety. Grief sometimes can block up many, many different chakras, but this is one of the chakras that could be blocked up by old grief you haven't finished releasing. So you can just wash out any grief that you're ready to release so that it doesn't block you up here anymore. Doesn't mean that you're going to feel it. Again, it's probably you're going to not feel it when it's releasing, which is nice. So again, we're healing first chakras and repairing them if needed, so there are no cracks and missing pieces. And first layers of your astral body aura and your physical body aura, just lots of gold light through those. So if you set your first chakras to a red color, then your energy in your first layer is going to be that same red. So definitely things that are not that red would most likely not be you. So if you notice any of that, you can for sure clear it out with gold light. So you could be holding yourself back because of because of subconscious fears, and those subconscious fears can just be energy blocks in your first layers. So just find some ways, some energy blocks that are causing you to be in your own way, to hold yourself back, and just melt away those energy blocks with gold light. And again, find another area that has energy blocks in your first layer where it's holding you back, and just running a lot of gold light through it so that melts. Find another area that's got some stuck energy in your first layer that's holding you back, and just melt it away. Melt away the energy blocks. So the theme that we're doing today: work, daily tasks, career. So go ahead and be aware of energy blocks that hold you back in your daily tasks, in enjoying your daily tasks, doing them productively, being present when you do them, holding you back in career or work, and just melt away those first layer energy blocks. You may have to melt cords going into them, of course, with gold light before they start to melt. All right. So you can just do gold light through all your chakras now. We could do a little sticky gold wax for a sec. That's always kind of fun. So we just finished first chakra and first layer, first chakras and first layers. So we'll do sticky gold wax on all the chakras real quick. That's really easy. It's there's a 5-minute video that does it too if you search. I'll link it below later. But anyway, if you search Janet Wright sticky wax and the number 7, you'll find it. So anyway, just imagine all your 7 chakras, both astral and physical, and just put sticky gold wax all over them to stick to anything that you want to release and get rid of, any energy blocks, cords, yada yada yada, other people. And just split the wax in half and lift the wax out with the junk, give it to your angels. Lift the wax out with the junk, give it to your angels. One more time, sticky wax for all your major chakras. And then split the wax, give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Angels, here you go. Alrighty. Redo your gold buffer zones. We didn't do that. So just redo your buffer zones. There's a video on that I'll link below later in the comment section. Helps protect the auras. All right. Let's do steps and then we're done. So steps are stubborn triggered energy blocks. They would definitely be stubborn if they're still triggered now, as we did so much clearing. But oh wow, we're not done. Yeah, I do want to do some deep thought. Let's do steps and then deep thought, and then we're done. We'll do a nice quick deep thought. It should be interesting because we're so flowing right now. But yeah, I don't want to skip deep thought. So, okay, steps. You just put out in front of you any energy blocks that are still triggered. There would be in the front of your aura, maybe right in the top of your 7th layer also. So any stubborn triggered energy blocks, make a big pile out in front of you of them and bring up red earth energy, soak them in the red earth energy, lots of gold light, melt away the gold, any cords going into them, and then just melt the energy blocks. If some didn't clear, just say, angels help me clear those. One more time. Stubborn triggered energy blocks, make a big pile of them out in front of you and bring up red earth energy, soak them all in red earth energy. Use gold light to melt away cords going into them. And then just melt away the stubborn triggered energy blocks, or if you're healing yourself, you can blow them up. If any didn't clear, just say, angels help me clear them. All right, so world's fastest deep thought. I have a whole deep thought playlist I will link below later if you want one that's more detailed. So you imagine sections out in front of you, copies of your subconscious mind, conscious mind, and 8th chakra. 8th chakra is above you. Oh, we didn't even do the 8th chakra vibration. God, I feel so good. I forgot that we didn't do that stuff. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. So 8th chakra as a section, conscious mind, subconscious mind. And just use gold light, and you want these sections to be able to communicate with each other freely. You don't want energy blocks or mental blocks getting in the way. Between your 8th chakra, which has a lot of eternal wisdom that you have, your conscious mind, and your subconscious mind, which also has a lot of wisdom. So melt away the mental blocks so that you get access to as much of the wisdom that you need. Just imagine mental blocks that you have about work and daily tasks and career, and melt them away. Imagine your mental blocks having to do with work, daily tasks, or career. Melt them away. Whew. Imagine mental blocks in your conscious mind section, your subconscious mind section, or in these in-between surfaces between your 8th chakra area, conscious mind, subconscious mind. Imagine the blocks and melt them away. Imagine mental blocks in the way of you getting access to all the wisdom that you need, and melt those blocks. Let's do a quick blue soak. Bring up blue earth energy just through the copy of your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. Blue soak. Bring up blue earth energy, like a medium blue color earth energy. And just let that soak your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. Whew. You can leave that up actually because it's so nice for the mind. You're not soaking your aura and all your chakras with it, just your conscious and subconscious mind. If you want, you can leave that up. And just let the 8th chakra gold light come down as much as needed into your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Again, that's your 8th chakra gold light. And just let it permeate so you get the wisdom that you need. Okay, so that was a quick version of Deep Thought. For the theme and just in general too. So then we'll do just a little bit on the 7th, 8th connection, that vibration. So you get that, the moving, the little, make sure that in addition to the gold light coming down, you get more of that vibration. I don't know how else to say it. There's a healing vibration that just kind of shakes out the resistance and helps you repair subconsciously. So your 7th chakra is in the top of your head, obviously. 8th chakra is above the top of your aura. It's like a big gold sun that you have. It's a chakra, but it looks like a big gold sun. So you imagine your 7th chakras, imagine your 8th chakra, and that connection between the two. And the gold light from your 8th chakra comes down through that connection. So it's like a river. And so just unblock it, so the gold light can come down as much as needed. And also that vibration, the movement. So just imagine any blocks that block that movement, the vibration from coming down, and melt those away. And you can just allow that healing vibration of your 8th chakra just kind of to wash through you all the way down to your toes, all the way down to your fingertips. And just let it shake out your resistance, let it shake out other people's energy, let it repair any chakras and meridians that need repairing or unblocking. So again, 7th to 8th connection, melt away anything that's muting or blocking that vibration, the 8th chakra vibration from coming down. Yeah. All right, great job, guys. So you can just, to finish up, you just say, angels, please give me a healing. So we are done. Woohoo! That was a biggie. So if you have comments about how this healing was for you, you could post them, live chat them right now in the live stream. Later, if you're watching as a video, of course, feel free to comment on how the video was for you. And of course, if you can provide context, if it's not obvious on whether I healed you or you healed yourself or both. And if you have a follow-up question directly about what we did, I might have time for that as well. We'll see. If you have a question about anything else energy related, you can post it under any video at any time, and I'll get to it as I have time. So catching up on the hellos. Thanks everyone for your hellos, by the way, they're cute. Someone says, good morning from Las Vegas, 65 degrees today. Someone says, very excited for this healing. Thank you. Someone says, my angel suggested to carry Bunny through this healing. Carry my bunny through this healing. Oh, cute. You have a bunny. Well, that's nice. Someone says, good morning, Janet. I'm so happy to be experiencing this healing. Thank you. You're welcome. Someone says, hi, Janet. You mentioned your name. Thanks for the session. You're welcome. Someone says, hi, Janet. You're welcome. Someone says, hi from Portland, Oregon. Portland in the house. I'm not far from Portland, but I have not been there in this lifetime yet. Of course, I will go at some point. Someone says, I sometimes feel like wounds are so hard to heal for me, like I'm exhausted when I do them. Is that related to the depletion? Yeah. You're probably feeling them too much. Maybe push the copies of the wounds further out, away from you. Like do them really far away from you. Use like a high-powered gold flamethrower and just make them real far away. You might be like getting too close of a sense of them. But yeah, you're just feeling the depletion. You could do one at a time if you want. Maybe that could be interesting. But anyway, someone says, love this session regarding inner wounds. I had big gashes. Yes. Well, good. I'm glad they were healed. Someone says, this is something I wanted to work on for a while. Oh, well, good. Someone says, hi, Janet and everyone from LA. Hello, hello. Someone says, hi, I couldn't follow, but you did get the healing, so that's good. Someone says, so fourth and second layer clean out to avoid freaking out, LOL. Potentially, yes. Yeah, also grounding to avoid freaking out. Yeah. Someone says, started with a headache and now it's slightly better. Oh, you healed yourself. I did not heal you. A coworker has been triggering me more than usual since the part 1. I feel her throwing energy more intense, or maybe it's me. I even noticed she blocked me from social media, and it now feels like a Mean Girls movie. Headache is coming back, and I can't fully let go. Friendship has been tough on me. Thank you. Yes, she is very intense. I mean, if it helps, you haven't had a past life with her. She has a lot of inner wounds, and so she feels things really deeply. So like if she gets offended, she never gets like this much offended. She always gets like this offended, because she has these old inner wounds. And so she just, every new offense is like giant, to her. Like that's how she feels it, because she hasn't healed all these inner wounds she has. So maybe that makes it feel better for you. I mean, not totally better, of course. But yeah, you are kind of screaming at her, like, leave me alone, leave me alone. So that's not helping. Because any kind of a screaming is just going to kind of validate her screaming, and she's going to do it more. So just try to, radio silence it. Like just think of peacefulness, comfort yourself. I can have peace. I can have boundaries. I can be safe. I can let my angels protect me. My angels can guide me. Just keep the sound inner. Don't get into that volleyball game of screaming with her. Just remind yourself that if someone gets that offended, it's they've got some deeper things going on, usually. And in this case, so just, keep healing yourself. Find the weak parts in your aura that allow her to waltz in and be so inner with it. Because if you didn't have like more stuck parts of your aura, she couldn't just kind of march in and hack away so easily, right? So right now your aura is pretty much healed, but there's a lot of bruising here and there. There are weaker, more dense, stuck parts of your aura, and so she can just kind of waltz in and scream in a very, loud way with you. So just keep unblocking your aura. Just be nice to your aura and just keep unblocking. And you can ask your angels for boundaries help between you and any certain person, and they can build like a nice gold wall between you and them. That helps, but your angels also want you to learn and evolve. So it might not 100% block something, but it's nice. So you can ask for that. Angels, please help me with boundaries with this person. But then just keep strengthening your aura. All your auras, all 17. That's the thing, you do have big gashes, big missing pieces in a lot of your Wei Qi auras, those 15 extra auras. So that's part of how she's able to like get so inner with the rage in your space. So yeah, more Wei Qi aura repair, and just keep unblocking and repairing your auras. Okay. Headache. GV meridian damage. So that's just, it loops up. It goes up the midline of the back and hooks around here, and it is just kind of ripped open. So just imagine like the red tube and just repair it up so it's not ripped anymore. Repair it with gold light. She's not throwing hard objects, so that's actually, I mean, sounds silly to say it this way, but that's lucky that she just throws energy blasts and not hard objects with the blasts. Because if she were throwing hard objects with the blast, which she doesn't do, then you'd have to use sticky gold wax to kind of get out all the little spears before the repair would be effective. But she doesn't do that. Someone says, is the first chakra cylinder vertical or horizontal? It's vertical. I mean, it's horizontal. It's like 6 through 1. So energy flows in the front, out the back, and then wraps around. The 7th is the only one of the major chakras that sits upright like that, like this. All the others are like this. One of these days I'll just have an empty cup near me so I can demonstrate more safely. Someone says, hi, you healed me. I could. So anyway, for you, the reason you're confused is because your first chakra sometimes gets like smashed a little bit, and so then its orientation is off, and it's kind of like half up and half. It's half vertical and half horizontal. So yeah, know that your first chakra can get kind of whacked and be out of whack. But yeah, it's supposed to be just oriented this way, so energy flows in the front and out the back. Okay. Someone says, hi, you healed me. I couldn't follow today, but was wondering how I did. You did well. This theme has been very relevant for me. Thank you. Yeah, you did well. You could redo like the third chakra, third layer, third chakra rivers. That might be if you want to only do one of them, because it's so long what we did all the rivers and all the layers and everything, but anyone can just intuit like, oh, let me do one of them. I'll timestamp each one. I mean, not rivers versus layers and all that, but third chakra stuff, second chakra stuff, first chakra stuff, like that. I'll timestamp those, so you could just redo the third chakra stuff the most. For some reason your angels like that. Someone says, I tried to follow along today. The session coverage was the building blocks and can use this session periodically. Yes. I was very ungrounded in the morning. Oh, I lost the comment. It scrolled on me. And feel very centered now. Oh, that's nice. I have many past life and this life inner wounds. Did I heal my wounds to some events? To some extent. Thank you again, Janet. Yes, you did. Yeah, it's a journey. But yeah, you were effective in healing wounds today. Someone says, thanks so much, Janet. I healed myself a bit and you healed me. Yes. Really enjoyed the inner wound part. That seems to be a very popular part. It's interesting to know. How did my husband and I do? I really am trying to manifest a new job for a while now. Your husband did fine. I mean, it sounds like you're really just asking about what should you work on about your job, which is theme related. So I guess I could look at that like momentarily. The way your angels show it to me is there's this river of progress with your job, and it's your energy and your motivation and your progress. And so sometimes you're in the river and you're letting it move you forward, and it's your energy, so it's not somebody else's river. Sometimes you're in the river and you're like on a boat or you're just swimming and you're letting it move you forward. And sometimes you're standing out of the river and you're watching it and you're hesitant and you kind of overthink. And sometimes that's influenced by your mother, or sometimes, something else. So I guess they're just saying, you can set that river to like yellow and gold. Yellow for taking action, and gold because gold is cool. And they're saying you could just see, are you in the river today, or are you standing out of the river? And just let your angels help you back into the river so you can keep swimming forward. Husband has been pretty cranky with his job recently too. Yeah, he'll be okay. Yeah, the angels wanted me to speak more to your stuff. He did well today. Someone says, thanks for healing me. Feel like trainer of medical intuition is right for me versus offering medical assessments. Trainer of medical intuition. Am I limiting myself? Blocks. Am I intuiting what is right for me? Yeah, that's something that you should read for yourself, like as far as career direction. Um, you can look at how present are when you try to intuit any of the above, like career direction. How present are you? Like, how present are you now? Like, right now you're in 7 through 2. When you're actively trying to intuit career direction, you're only in like 7, sometimes 7 and 6. So that means there's a lot of energy blocks that get triggered when you're trying to figure out your career direction, right? Because if you're present in 7 through 2, well, you did just get the healing, but then when say after a meditation you're in 7 through 2, but then all of a sudden you're trying to intuit medical intuition and you're only in 7 and 6. So what happens? Well, baggage triggers, inner wounds trigger. So keep clearing baggage, keep healing inner wounds until hopefully you can be in all your chakras when you are trying to intuit about career direction, because then you're going to get more loud, obvious, clear, accurate information. So I hope that helps. Someone says, I often feel weird activity in my first chakra while at work, not always, but I notice I feel it sometimes. Last night was much better. Well, you're present in your first chakra now at work. That's new. So that's cool. There's that. Yeah. I think you're just feeling blocks triggered in your first layer that you wouldn't have felt before because you would have been more popped out. So I don't think it's especially weird. I think it's just triggered energy blocks in the front of your first layer. And since you're actually in your first chakra now, you can feel them. So congratulations on getting more present again. Someone says, thank you, Janet. I was pretty agitated this morning, but I felt noticeably more relaxed. Halfway through the healing, you healed me. Good, good. Yeah, you had some energy blocks triggered this morning in the front of your aura. So you could have done steps. That might have fast-tracked you feeling better. All right. Someone says, I half listened as I worked. You healed me. I felt more focused and able to work without distracting myself, which tends to happen a lot. So thanks. Good. All right. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad it helped. Someone says, hi, Janet. I feel the same. Thank you. Yes, not everyone feels results right away. It's always good to know. Too, because you might feel like, what's wrong with me? Why don't I feel amazing right away like all these other people say they do? Yeah, you're actually in 7 through 2 right now, so you're doing great. But yeah, like you said, your perception of shifts is definitely muted somehow. But yeah, you're in 7 through 2. You could work your 5th chakra river more, like the whole 5th chakra one. 5th chakras, 5th chakra rivers, 5th layer, telepathic mesh. For some reason, like if you just do one of what we did, if you just repeat one of all the rivers and layers that we did today, it would be the 5th for some reason. So for what it's worth. 5th chakra, inner voice, intuition, hearing angels. Someone says, just curious, was I the sample person when you were talking about forgetting that you're strong and skilled at self-healing? Well, I wouldn't say here because I don't want to put attention on anyone, so I can't say yes or no, but you could email me and ask. Someone says, thanks, Janet. I really enjoyed this healing. I like my job, career, but I get so stressed and overwhelmed surrounding deadlines sometimes. 5th chakra work helps, and healing the 7th is really good too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that 4th chakra stuff that we did today, so the 4th rivers, the 4th layer, the 4th chakras, I think part of the deadline stuff is fear, first layer blocks, but part of it is like self-esteem blocks, because if it's deadlines, it's usually deadlines where you present your work to somebody else. Your work has to be good enough, when you show it to someone else. Is it going to be good enough? Are you good enough? So you could work the 4th rivers and the 4th layer And the fourth chakra is just a little bit extra, like what triggers around deadlines in that whole area. And then in your first layer, what triggers around deadlines. So yeah. Someone says social anxiety. Will healing wounds help with that? For you, I don't think that is the most direct way to address it for you. No. I think for you, it's more energy blocks that trigger. It's like you sort of become a jumping bean. You jump out of your body. You get triggered when you're around other people, and then you pop out. So you're kind of like above watching you being around other people. You like watch the movie. Like, I'm around these people and I feel uncomfortable again. Yeah. So I would say try to do body awareness, like in the moment, like practice. Like if you're around somebody, can you feel your feet? Hop back into your feet. Can you feel your shoulders? You know, so like aim small, baby steps, but like try to take a deep breath when you're around somebody. I mean, not an obvious weird one, but you know, or try to feel your fingers or try to wiggle your toes. Cause like that's easy. Nobody can really see that usually when you're wiggling your toes inside your shoes. So that's something you could do, you know, just body, come back to your body. Cause it's this knee jerk thing where you get some energy blocks triggered and you're out of there and then you're watching the movie. So don't watch the movie, be in the movie. Right? So, I think, you know, you could work grounding, flow of grounding. There's a video, Supersize Chakras. I mentioned it last time too. It works lower chakras and legs, because legs can be very anchoring, and they can help the first chakra so that you feel courage rather than anxiety. So Supersize Chakras. Supersize, one word, chakras. So Janet Wright, Supersize Chakras. I'll make sure it's linked below later. It was linked below 2 days ago too, but I'll link it below in the comment section. That could be nice. Someone says, can my body get whacked in my knee, not just my head? Sure. Yeah, people can throw energy anywhere. What more can I work on tonight? Your angels say just have fun. They say, you know, don't do anything where you could, you know, hurt yourself. Just you know, be around a couch or something. Just have fun. Someone says, love the angel title for today's healing. Yeah, which was that? Flow and Vibe. The flow and vibe healing is today's healing. Someone says, hi, Janet. We came on the end. Yes, you got the healing, but you started watching at the end, you're saying. And okay, I just stopped the timer. I plan to watch later. Feeling more present. Oh, nice. How did your daughter do with the set? Daughter and you. The rivers, I think, was pretty interesting for her. A lot of her rivers were pretty stuck. So I think that's a nice thing. She could keep working on that with her angels, which she's going to. So that's interesting. I didn't think her rivers would be that stuck, but they were. But she made a lot of progress, and she'll keep working on it with her angels. You're kind of on a roll with these healings. Your rivers were actually kind of stuck too, but they're looking better. If you want to redo like third chakra river, second chakra river, like if you don't feel like redoing all of them, just go and redo the third and the second one. And anybody listening, you know, if because it's a lot to redo, you know, all the rivers, all the layers, you can just do like one a day or something, or you know, pick one that your intuition says you should do. Okay, someone says, you healed me. I feel empowered. I loved this healing since when I do healings with career, I feel like my first chakra issues keep coming up, even though I'm trying to be more present. Thanks. Well, good. I'm glad you like the healing. So it says, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Oh, yes. So it says, this is the perfect theme for me right now. I am trying to discern what to do about my career direction. And oh, your inbox was full before when I tried to email you, by the way. I'm trying to discern what to do about my career direction and my current position. What should I focus on in regards to my career social work field? Yeah, I'm not going to do an exact read for people because I want people to unblock enough so that they have their clarity. Because then that's, it's like teach someone to fish versus fishing for them. You're giving them a fish. So, like right now, you're in actually all your chakras right now. But then when you try to figure out career direction and your current job and yada yada, you're only in 7, 6, and 5. So a lot triggers. Just baggage, just stuck energy triggers when you're trying to intuit. So do targeted unblocking, whatever, like blanket exercise or throw it out in front of you, all the energy blocks that trigger when you're trying to get clarity about career decisions. It's mostly past life baggage, but so you don't have to overthink what it is or anything. Just, put out in front of you baggage that blocks your clarity about your career decisions, and just keep clearing, day after day, until you feel like you're just as present on your best day as when you're trying to figure out your career decision. And that way you'll have, then you're more clear because you're very present when you're trying to figure it out. Whereas right now you're not very present. You're affected by baggage, and so you're feeling things that are clouding your clarity. So if that helps. Someone says, hi Janet, weird that I've been having trouble getting up lately. Is it just blocks in the top of my aura? Yes, it is. So you can just intuit which aura layer is blocked. Like when you wake up, you can just 7. Is 7 good swimming? Is 6 good swimming? Is 5th good swimming? Is 4th good swimming? No. So just layer by layer, what can you swim through nicely to get in, and what's like boink where you're hitting a bunch of junky energy blocks. You could proactively do that too, before you go to sleep. Just make sure that it's all clear. But you never know, you can get triggered at night when you're sleeping. So when you're waking up, you can do it too. Check each aura layer, unblock them. Someone says, feeling very exhausted. Can't put my finger on it, sitting, unable to get up. Appreciate your thoughts, just logged on. Well, you did get an incredibly large healing. Well, it's credible, but yeah. You're bringing in a lot of new energy. So if you could just chill out, that would be great. Your angels say, yeah, we don't want you to do anything right now. We want you to just relax. They're saying you're just bringing in a lot of new energy. They're like, feel that 8th chakra vibration. Just let it vibrate all the way to the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Feel the gold light coming from your 8th to 7th connection, and just let it ripple through your body, and just let things get healed. Let your resistance release. Yeah. They're like rest, protein, fun. Try to keep things light. If you have work to do, maybe put on some nice background music. Somehow just keep things more nourishing, more gentle, more light. So it says, thank you, Janet. You're welcome. Someone says, Mew, I missed because of work. Well, you got the healing. Did you? No, not this time. Oh, wait, maybe you did. Let me make sure. No, just your family member. Well, you can, it's a lot, but you could do the video on your own. You could also, ask your angels to work with you in your sleep on it. Looking forward to doing the video. Open to your direction on what to pay special attention to. Yeah, any of it that you have motivation to do is fine. You can use your intuition. Yeah, and this other person's saying, oh, like disassociated. Yeah. You pop out. Most people pop out when they're really, really triggered. I mean, unless you do this kind of work and you train yourself to just stay and clear the triggers rather than feel triggered and pop out. But yeah, I think that's what in psychology they would call it, that you disassociate. Someone says, thank you for this healing. I cleaned while listening. Good to know. Someone says, hi Janet, how did my boys do? And you're saying thank you and mentioning your name. They did well. I checked in with them a couple times during the healing, and it's a good topic for them. I mean, energy healing in general is good for them, but just being stronger, healing the weaker parts of their aura where they other people can like really get in their face, you know. So yeah, I looked at them several times. They're making the most of each healing. They're kind of with it, you know. They're not. I mean, they're somewhat new to these healings, but it doesn't seem like it anymore. They're really receiving them. So it says, thank you. I appreciate it, Janet. And I did clear out my inbox. So it says, I feel great. I received the healing. Thanks so much. Oh, good to know. All right, guys. You're amazing. Happy spring. Woo! At some point, I will do some kind of special live stream later this month. I don't know what it'll be. Maybe a Q&A, but I do such giant Q&As sometimes after the healings. It might not be a Q&A. Maybe it'll just be like a meditative walkthrough kind of thing. We'll see. But if you're on my news email list, then I may email. I mean, sometimes I may just do one that's spontaneous and I'll just log on and do a live stream that's spontaneous. But probably most of the time I'll give like at least a day heads up about when it's going to be. And I would do that by emailing my news email list. So if you don't get my news emails, which they definitely come out on the 15th of each month. If you don't get those news emails, but you want to, just email me and ask to be put on my news email list. And my email is janet@janetwrightreadings.com. Okay, guys, happy spring. You're awesome. And I will show you my dogs only. My 3 cats are not so visible right now. They're all sleeping in different places. But I'll show you my dogs. So here is Abel. He still has his cone on, but he's looking very peaceful right now. And then I will show you Izzy and Daisy, who they rest much more peacefully when they're in their carriers. So that's why they're in there right now. I'll show you as I let them out. So Izzy is letting out. And this is Daisy. Hey guys. So I'll just show you them really quickly. So that's Daisy. And she's wondering why we're not going out immediately. And that's Abel again. And Izzy's running around the house, seeing what he missed. There's Izzy. All right, guys. Bye. Happy spring. You're awesome. Take care.